Hello, I am back again with my last video on this workplace because I guess lying to your warehouse manager's face warrants a termination on your first ever offense working there. And just like any good workplace around here, they don't ever care about what you did for them because I was working 6 days a week for the past month. Um, so it's kind of ridiculous at this point because it's just such a contradiction because you can't lie to their face, but they can lie to you every single day. Because I was told that if I was to work this Wednesday and come in an hour early, which would warrant me a 10-hour shift, that I will be able to leave on time at 4. But as per usual, if I haven't covered it already, on Wednesday when I tried leaving at 4, I had clocked out and was walking out the door. And as usual, one of the management team, which was the warehouse manager, came over to harass me as usual because you can't even take a piss without being harassed and interrogated where you're going. And this whole thing happened while I was off the clock too. I have been terminated for something that I wasn't even clocked in for. So you gotta remember that too. But they'll keep someone who smells like alcohol working there. They got a whole bunch of new people in a month ago or so. One of them came in smelling like alcohol, and it followed them around the warehouse to the point to where I had to go and notify someone from management. Now, when I did notify the same person, Dan Nicholas, of this person smelling like alcohol, you know what they did? Something surprising. They stuck up for the person who I reported smelled like alcohol and said that they come in and smell like alcohol sometimes too because they had a rough night before and they went to the bar. So you can kind of tell that these people have no common sense and they have no people skills whatsoever. Considering the fact that when the day that I was suspended, I guess it impacted the entire morale of the company. Considering the fact that I was known there as one of the hard workers. If you want some background details, I was one of the first people that they hired in through the door. So I was working there the longest as well. And I was a friendly face too there. But like I said, none of that matters in the end, I guess. They don't care. He told me when I was fired that for my next few jobs, I shouldn't lie to people. And like, how much of a power trip can you possibly have? Not only did he suspend me without having a union steward in the room or anything of the sorts, he also disciplined me for something I didn't even do while I was on the clock. It's funny how some things just don't seem to work both ways. But in the end, I had the high ground because it wasn't me who was having the temper tantrum that the warehouse manager had thrown. And I just agreed with everything, just like my last job, because I knew this was coming from a week away. And what was funny too is the day that they suspended me, I already had interviews planned for that day because I needed out of this place. And I will be going on to a different location at a different company. So it all played out in my hands in the end. And in the end, they're the ones who are breaking the law. And they're going to get what's coming to them. because I have documented my journey throughout this entire time working here. And I will be bringing some people with me too, because they have no brain cells and they will never fix what is wrong with the place. And a few of my coworkers have seen that and are going to be coming with me.